How you doing, guys? Today what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to make the muffler for the Magnum 10. And I'm going to design a muffler for a great sound. And I'm going to mount it basically up underneath the tractor frame right here. And what muffler am I going to make? I'm going to design and make one of the best sounding mufflers of the muscle car era, or not the muscle car era, but for muscle cars in general, and that is a Flowmaster. So how am I going to make a Flowmaster muffler? Well, as you know, it's a chambered muffler, so what we're going to do is we're going to use this piece of 3-inch pipe as the sides. I'm going to cut it to size, slice it down the center. Then I have the two top and bottom. I'll weld my baffles to the inside of that. Where else are we at? Oh, can't forget the ends. That'll be the end of the Flowmaster. Obviously, I'll have to cut this to make it look nice and smooth. We'll all tack it together. I got some sheet steel for the baffles. And, oh, you got to have a killer tip. So this piece of 2.5-inch pipe will eventually be the tip. So that's how it's going to be laid out. I'm going to get to cutting, a little bit of tack welding, and we'll go from there. So as you can tell, the 4 pieces of the outer case have been completed. I'm going to tack them together, and I'm going to start building the inner deflector plates. So it actually came out pretty good. I think it's going to look pretty good when it's all tacked together. So get those done, and that'll be on the top. And then I'll build the ends, and then we'll go from there. All right.
That's a pretty good job.
You can paint black pretty good, huh?
It's good, straight.
These the 4 sides. This actually looks pretty cool. Okay, with the base and the sides tacked in place, I went ahead and I'm making the rear baffle. Basically, this creates the low pressure chamber at the back of the muffler where it exits. So I'm quickly, as you can tell, I am rusty with a plasma cutter. I really need to get back into plasma cutting because that looks like I shot it with an RPG. But in any event, it's inside, doesn't matter. So I'm fitting this rear baffle into place. Once I get that all fitted in, we'll tack it in and move on to the deflectors. So basically, day 1 of the Flowmaster build is done. I made the rear chamber deflector. Basically, if you read online, Flowmasters have with the deflector plates, and then in the back they have what's called the how do they call it? The low pressure chamber, and that's what creates the scavenging effect of a Flowmaster. I don't know. I just want a Flowmaster style muffler on my tractor. My hope through all this is the sound. I just want it to be a thumpy sound. That's why I'm using 1/8-inch steel. 1/8-inch steel. Obviously, this is a 3-inch aluminized pipe that I used for the sides. It's just tacked together right now. Actually, this is not even tacked in yet. I just fitted it, fairly close, getting ready to tack it all together. Here's the top of the Flowmaster muffler. So let's see if this will even stay like it did. But there you go. So I mean, roughly. So roughly, that's. I mean, obviously, this would be. There we go. All right. So there you go. So there is the top, the sides, and the rear deflector that's in place. So I'm going to tack the deflector or the chamber piece into it. Obviously, there's going to be a cap on this side, just like a real Flowmaster, and I'm going to have a tip that comes out this way. That'll be the exit. And then the inlet, I haven't figured out where I'm going to put the inlet yet. I want to put this up against the tractor and see where I want it to be sitting, and then that'll dictate where the inlet goes, either offset to the side or in the middle. But in any event, all right, still working on it. Going to move on to tacking that rear piece in place, and then I'll go on and start working on the deflector plates. Okay, I got this all lined up and ready. I'm just going to tack it in, but just if anybody had noticed, I had made a monumental mistake. Not like it would not have made a bit of difference in performance or any bullshit like that. But if you had noticed, my the pieces are angled in this direction. That is the theory, that the air that comes around would get focused through the hole. I had it flipped around so the angles were in this direction. If I had tacked it in, I would have been really angry. But as you can tell, it fits pretty good. I mean, you can do with 1/8" steel and plasma cutter. So I'm just going to tack this into place, and then move on to the 2 baffles I'm going to make. And then what I'm going to do is then I'll weld it all in place hard. The 2 baffles, and then I will put the top of it in place, tack that all into place, and then build my ends. And then the little Flowmaster should be done. Okay, so I'm going to tack this into place and move on to the baffles. Okay, so now we have the first chamber wall in place. My inlet pipe is either going to come here or off to this side, depends. I got to figure that out once I take it over to the tractor. I got my first deflector shield in place, where the gas is kind of like a real Flowmaster, will go out the sides of the deflector shield. I'm going to make one more small deflector shield right in this area. Actually, let me get a little further away. And then obviously this is the exit, and then the tailpipe will come off this side. Everything seems to fit real good. Where's my other, here's the top. You know, the top will sit on top of it like that. So, I mean, and then I got, this is fitted for the back, this side over there, but essentially, you know, that will go into this position, and we will have it almost all set. So I'm going to continue working, and I'm going to make the second deflector shield, and then I'm going to tack weld everything into place. Alright, so I got it all tacked together. I have the baffles inside. I have the chamber dividers welded in place. I haven't put the caps on it, the back cap and the front cap as a, oops, you know what, that doesn't even need to be there as of yet, because I don't know exactly where the pipes are going to come out. But I do know one thing, is I'm liking this as the exit. So I think at minimum it's going to have that as, let me pull it back. That is going to be about the exit of the for the exhaust. So that's pretty cool. Right now I'm just making a couple band iron tangs. I'm going to come right off this bolt hole down, weld the tang onto it so I can bolt the muffler right there on both sides, because there's a, as you can see right there, is an opposing hole. So let me get those cut and drilled and loosely affixed. I might even just tack them in with my welder just so the muffler will hang in its spot. All right, let me just pull back a little bit here. Essentially, this is what we're looking at with the exit coming out the PTO side, excuse me, the bearing plate side. All right, continue to work on it. Well, I think that's it for today. Actually, this is day 2 on the muffler. I started it yesterday, but I think that's enough for this video. I don't want to bore you too much. But as you can tell, once you get the hood and the motors in place, it makes that muffler look so puny, but it's actually huge, or big, I should say. What did I finish up on? Well, I welded the tangs onto the body to bolt it to the frame. I gotta just pick up a little bit of this slag crap that happened with my welder, but as you can tell, the little Flowmaster is gonna look pretty good. I welded the back plate in, or the plate for the back chamber. I welded the front plate in for the front chamber. I haven't done the caps yet, but I'll do that once I make the downpipe to the muffler. And as I said, roughly this is what it's gonna, so roughly this is how it's gonna look coming out the side of the tractor once I get this all done. So that's that. The making the downpipe is going to be a little bit interesting because my exit for the exhaust is like right there. I guess if you looked at it like this, so it's got to kind of come down. I'm going to have to kind of come down in this position, under the frame, and then into the muffler itself. And I don't know, it might be offset. I might actually put the offset. It might not go right in the middle. The exit will go out the center, but the inlet might be a little bit off-centered. But there you go, guys. The making of a Flowmaster muffler for a wheel horse tractor. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It was fun, but we're still working on it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.